The next performer is Andy Owen Cook. Andy Owen Cook is a stolen police helmet. He is a dog riding at the top of a train. He is a hand-knitted woolen suit. He is an untoasted crumpet when you are too hungry not to just eat it. He is an idea, and each one of you look at audience meaningfully. But his thoughts, but his thoughts, he does something more important, like writing peace treaties for warring alien factions. Near the end, to accompany Andy's work, thanks Andy's agent, the band members have agreed to play instruments they don't know how to play. This was at their request to Andy Owen Cook's supreme ambivalence. This is Funkenteleky. My name is Jack Crow. I am going to leave the stage now. Please welcome, in corporeal form, Andy Owen Cook.
We're gonna call America. Nassau Rock and Nassau Road. Nassau's got a whole lot of soul. Feel alright. Mini skirts, maxi skirts, and afro hairdo. People doing their own thing, don't care about me or you. Nassau's gone funky. Nassau's got soul now. Oh yeah. We got a dog beat now. We're gonna take care of business too. Listen to the drum. Play this beat. Listen to the bass, man. Go get that same groove. Listen to the guitar.
Green-stained people. Remember, burn bulletproof.
And with dangers compassed round and solitude, yet not alone, while thou visit'st my slumbers nightly, or when morn purples the east.
So, maybe some people come in.
What's that? What does it signify?
Cannon. The Queen is delivered of her child.
The Lord watch over her.
And over you, Mother Kenty. You've done as much work as Her Majesty this night.
Oh, for her sake. For you too.
No, you can't leave. What's this?
It calls you to dream dreams you've never dreamt before, dreams perhaps you haven't dared to dream before. It calls you to imagine changes you've not yet imagined, changes you never thought you could imagine. And it calls you to change yourself, to become new, not just a better you, not just a better you, but a new you, a different you, that's new, that's more than you have been in the past. This is your challenge.
You are the afterbirth of a murmur of kebab-scented starlings that your mother thrusts from her with a sigh. The moon flashes red and the flock decimates the ward. And to an audience of fleeing midwives you enter this world, like a child walking into a public toilet for the first time alone. Simultaneously, a Mexborough philologist's glasses break. A unicorn ornament falls onto the keys of a piano in a museum in Kent, and a suburban Welsh family argue about utilitarianism over a carton of full-fat milk. At dawn, relatives you never meet hear the branches of a woods falling to the floor, and you are born. Your childhood is happy, and not. Every night the streets fill with people waiting to see the lights turn on. You hold jelly babies to your ears to hear piano music. Your father collects news clippings about tire fires in the scrapyard near your house. There's no end of unscrupulous merchants like this one. The yard is hemmed in with metal walls that were buckling outwards like a bomb waiting to explode. The stock exchange is linked to the number of people grinding their teeth in their sleep at any given moment. It is a hard time. Your mother is a copywriter for an amusement arcade. She doesn't deal with the fame well. She did other things, you think. She must have. Your teacher is the sky, and then it's done in court for fraudulently claiming possession of a postgraduate diploma. You race some friends, lose, and claim that it's the person in the last place who wins the game. You watch a film where the hero, a civil servant, violently kills someone, another civil servant just like them, and then the hero makes a pun about them while standing over their body. You visit a careers advisor and emerge with a funny story you'll tell poorly for the next 20 years. And so you pass through the 7 spheres, the sphere of busy parents, tired teachers, O2O numbers, the shooty drone of psychopharmaceuticals, car park doorways, and then to the 8th sphere, at the oily dance floor of the crumbling water wells, where proteins waltz in darkness. And so you live and fall asleep to the subterranean groans of the leeches that saturate the Earth's crust, warring for space. Someone says you're like Alice in Wonderland when she enlarges herself. As the best compliment you ever receive. You kiss them, and there is music coming through the walls. Each of your fingers tastes like a different kind of nut. One is hazel, one is pecan, one is cashew, one is almond, and yes, the thumb is toasted walnut. The music coming through the walls gets louder. You are asked if you've been underwater recently. This is a happy time for you. You pick wild garlic and the kitchen is full of plastic shopping bags brimming with it. It smells like an adolescent boy's semen. You are sad, but on the outside you are fruit salad with seed mix, climbing a ladder caught in a plunge pool. You are salty toothpaste. You are a shoe repaired with tape. You are a runaway in a world that was once swirling with eyes now pecked out by crow patriots. You are fleeing on a ship with white sails, the sleeping Molly is called, in a permanent doze, your eyelids cupped by soft electronical pads, dreaming of normal life. You are installing a porthole in a whale. You are carving storylines of Simpsons episodes into its ribs with a penknife. You are in my garden. You have a monocle you've clearly found. You say that you are from the Durham Observational Society, and you think this is a fine site for a new observation tower. I say, you're in my garden. doors hundreds of miles away. You stay over, we drink tea. Love is in the air, so we stay indoors and breathe through bed sheets held to our mouths. I am your hysterical railway signalman. You are a glistening moon. You are a wristwatch with no strap, and I am a magnifying glass, kindling a fire purely from the thoughts the sun would deny having to their spouse. We think about children and don't. We become old and young at the same time. You never mention the observation tower again. I think you avoid it to be polite, though I see how you look at the sky when you wash the pots.
You are fed up. It is the age of Aquarius. One and then both of your parents fail to meet quotas and are converted into robots. A man in an army truck delivers a box of your pills every Tuesday. The places you've lived become student flats, Ladbrokes, cancer research shops and artisanal cafes. You have a freak-out domestic with the Sainsbury's self-service machine. You are confronted in a toilet cubicle and you hope it really is the last straw, but it isn't. And so you unionize yourself. You down tools. You picket. Even have an interview on a local radio. Local man in dispute with self. You enter negotiations. Things are tense. Preliminary agreements are drawn up, revised, scrapped. You work late into the night, into the street. You make conference tables out of the Christmas table, cardboard sheets in doorways. Me. You de-lock your neck to a gate. Nothing will happen until your demands are met and you don't want to meet them. Things get bad. I find you in a tree in the park. You're ragged. When you say there are people in lab coats hunting you with bows and arrows, that they are scientists working for Mowgli, who is 7 feet tall and wears a bearskin cape. There's blood on your monocle. There's been a fire. Everything has burnt down just like that. So there's nothing to argue about anymore. The dispute is over. I suspect it is arson. I don't know if you know. Life continues normally. The present is drawn over our past. Your life is difficult to remember, and you think that maybe this is a small mercy. You don't hold any spiritual beliefs for long, but you hear that in a past life you were a now extinct exotic bird. And that makes sense because you know this bird was trained to alert authorities to the presence of a fire. They were gaffer taped to the ceilings of the houses of poor people who were born without sight, feeling, smell or desire. These birds saved lives, but they were also extremely flammable, and so caused and contributed to many terrible fires. You can't remember the name of the bird. You are on a train carriage. No one else is on board. Sunlight hammers through the window. The prickled English countryside changes. It becomes white and cracked. The train doors open without stopping. The sky is taller than cathedrals built by mafioso and corrupt politicians, and it batters through the carriage seats. Then the train declines. It enters a body of water. The sound of the engine is flattened and pulled out through it. The water slides into the carriage, moving as if it was smoke or breath. There is no rush or insistency. It seems to hang around you. Your coffee spreads out in front of your face. A stingray slides past your right foot. There is mold growing on its back, making a pattern like ice gems in hundreds and thousands. Horrid green things are crawling across the carriage floor, sucking and squelching. You laugh at them and take a sip of your coffee floating around you. The carriage doors shut again. The train begins to hum, to move on. You have a starfish clinging to each cheek. The Scales have grown on the cool flesh of your stomach. You look through the window into the blue. What will emerge from it? A shark? A turtle? At the end, you expect to have time to make sense of it all. You say that sometimes life seems all backwards, but at other times it seems entirely still, like a ball swinging round and round in a hammer throw where the giant won't let go. But when it's quiet, life seems to be scudding head-on to an implacable horizon. And from the other side of it, light and smoke fill our sky. And all those colours in it, like fireworks perhaps, or explosions from an infinite war between gods, or things that you...
Having adventures. After one, what is it like to be attacked by acid and survive? We meet a man from Cornwall who it happened to. And if you're from Zimbabwe, would you go back now to help rebuild the country post-Mugabe?